Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. I got a tip from a reliable source. I'm going to be the first one to put this out. Keep in mind, I was one of the dudes that had some bold predictions that came to fruition. I predicted back in 2016 that within the next 2 years, HBO was going to be out of the boxing business. I was the first one that predicted that. I saw it coming. And I'm about to make another prediction that could come to fruition within the next year. After I revealed this information that I received, a few hours ago. Keep in mind, I made another prediction about 4/5 when he became president, what was going to happen. That the racists and the white supremacists was going to come out in drones. And that they was going to come out in the open. They was gonna come out the racist closet, beating their chests like King Kong. You know what I'm saying? Yelling from the top of their lungs, "I'm racist and I am here." I predicted that. I predicted that you was gonna see all these fake alliances. Everybody trying to reach out to black people because they were scared. So, I'm gonna make another prediction too with this boxing stuff. Now I could be wrong, but it damn near, I damn near smell it coming. Just like, keep in mind, I told you guys that the Lomachenko fight was gonna happen. I told y'all that Lomachenko and Teofimo was going to happen, and don't worry about it. So now we got that fight. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Now, rumor has it that the WBC is about to create possibly another weight class and another belt. Basically what they're going to do is they're going to separate the heavyweight division. Basically what they're going to have is regular heavyweight, and then they're going to have super heavyweight. Okay? Now keep in mind, you heard everybody talk about this. A lot of people was against this. You heard a lot of people just say, we don't need this. But they've talked about this for years, about super heavyweight. Now, from my knowledge, this would be with just the WBC. This would be just the WBC. No indication on the WBO, the WBA, and the IBF. No indication that they would follow suit. This is just something the WBC would do. This would be the quickest way for them to get Anthony Joshua versus basically Tyson Fury, because it appears Tyson Fury doesn't want to fight Dillian White, and he's already trying to get out of the Deontay Wilder third fight because just various reasons. Because now the watchful eye is on him. Whether he try to pretend like this is news to him and he don't know what's going on, the watchful eye is on him. These boxing outlets that ignored this story, they can kiss ass all they want and ignore this story, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell y'all something else. That still don't mean they're gonna be in the good graces of the PBC, Top Rank, Matchroom, Golden Boy, when they eventually start back to giving press credentials out. And then at the end of the day, it's not gonna be the same. I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit that y'all used to see me do when I'd go cover fights for Dante, them days is over. They gonna have a select few that they give credentials to. That's real talk. And then when they do, you're not gonna have all that access you had where you roaming around the media room and all that stuff, and you able to have access to these fighters where you could just walk up to them and put a phone in their face. Oh man, all them days is over with. Even when, man, I'm telling you right now, they still gonna be precautious even if they come with a vaccine. They didn't like shit anyway. And that's what I keep trying to tell y'all. While everybody is so pro PBC, what y'all don't know is the lady that run the PBC, as far as media go, as far Swanson Communications, they was already talking about they was gonna start cutting people's water off. And I told you I already exposed them on how they was doing, certain media outlets, how they was credentialing people with 500 subs over people with 64,000 subs. But y'all sit up there hollering about how militant and pro-black Al Heyman is, which that ain't true. But nevertheless, excuse me. Didn't want to get off subject, but I'm just telling you, them days is over with. Like I said, all these people, I ain't naming no names because they my boys and everything. It's gonna be hard for them to get in. Like I said, if there's a fight, all that giving like 40, 50 different media credentials, like I said, them days is over with. They may give out 10 media credentials at best. That's why you had all them people begging and shit when they had that when they had that conference call with Joy Phelps, Marcos, and coon ass Radio Raheem. That's why they was sitting up there and saying, could you throw us a bone? Because some of us are real journalists. No, you're not. But anyway, let me get back to the WBC. Now, what they could do is, as I said before, they could create a super heavyweight. And I think super heavyweight would be 130 and up. Now, what could happen is, since Tyson Fury come into fights at 260, Anthony Joshua come in anywhere from 235 to 240. They could make Tyson Fury move up and fight for the inaugural super, super heavyweight belt. And then he could possibly vacate the regular WBC. But then what they might try to do, instead of like making Deontay Wilder the number one contender and let Deontay Wilder fight for that belt, they might pull some other shit. They might try to push Deontay Wilder to the background, which I hope they don't do, but I got a feeling they're going to try something. But in reality, the obvious thing to do, if Tyson Fury, let's just say, says, okay, well, I want to fight for the super middleweight belt, the inaugural super middleweight belt versus Anthony Joshua. And he says, well, I'll vacate the regular WBC. Like I said, you would think Deontay Wilder and Dillian White, if he could keep his weight down, they would duke it out. But Dillian White, from what I heard, is walking around past 230. And we already know Deontay Wilder can stay under 230 with ease. So that would open up opportunity for Deontay Wilder to possibly get his belt back. But I'm going to connect the dots in the live stream and I'm going to talk about that. But yeah, a super heavyweight belt could be coming, which means that it could just shake up the heavyweight division. So what could happen is, as far as the WBC go, certain fights might not be able to be made between heavyweights for their belt. So you could possibly have catchweight fights at heavyweight, depending who they are. Where the other sanctioned body, which, like I said, that would just mess up the heavyweight division, because then you would have the IBF. They would be like, okay, well, we just have one belt holder. So then that might make them say, okay, well, we gonna do the same thing. But then again, they might not, because like I said, you would have this carousel and this weight battle between how much you could come in for a fight, and then once again, depending on who the fighter is and depending what belt he may want, then you may have this thing where you got fighters depending on if they fight for a WBC belt versus a WBO or IBF or WBA. Now you talking about weight draining and in the heavyweight division, which would be a complete mess. So me, myself, my take on it, that would be very interesting. But that would just further show you what type of shit that the WBC is on. But nevertheless, let me know what you guys think. This your boy Town Biz. I am out. Kaboom.